Hello friends and welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to talk about GSuite Calendar. This is also known as Google Calendar. So guys, as you can see on the screen, we are going to cover so many topics related to Google Calendar, and the topics are split in two pairs. One you can see right now and another is this one. So we are going to cover all these topics one by one and step by step. So let's quickly jump in and see how can we launch Google Calendar page and how can we create events. So friends, to launch Google Calendar, you can log into your Google email account, and from there you can navigate to Google Apps menu, and from there you can click on Google Calendar. As soon as you click on Google Calendar, you will be redirected to this Google Calendar main page. If you want to open Google Calendar not from this Google Apps menu, then you can directly go ahead and type calendar.google.com and you can access this page from there as well. Now, if you want to change the view of the calendar, like from weekly to let's say daily, so you can change the view. Now you will be having this per day events detail. Similar to that, if you want to change the view to be monthly, you can click on months and you can see all the events throughout this month, whatsoever has been scheduled, will be appearing to you in one window stream. If you want to change it to the yearly view, you can again do that. And if you want to make it 4 days, just go ahead and do this. So for me, I always like week, so I'll just select week and I will move ahead. Friends, there are two options here. You can create your calendar events. The one is you can just click on this plus sign, create option, and you will be able to create events. You can fill in title, you can fill in the date, time, and guest details, and you will say save. And another way of creating an event is that you can just click on the blank spot where you want this meeting to be scheduled. This a small window will appear. Now you can fill in the details of meeting, title, guest detail, time slots, date, and everything, and you are done. Now let's see, if you have numbers of meetings and you are not able to navigate them through the screen, what can you do in that case? So guys, in that case, you have here a search option in Google Calendar. You can use this search option to search your meetings, your schedules using, and this will help you to find out the schedule or the meeting you are looking for. So let's see how it works. Just click on the search option and select your keyword that you remember. So for me, I remember test. Let me type. Okay, so you can see here when I type test and I hit enter, so you can see all the meetings, all the events which are having this word test common, I can see them here listed, right? So this is really handy. Yeah, you can use it if you have lots of schedules and are not able to find out your meeting on this Google Calendar dashboard, then definitely you can go ahead and use the search functionality. So friends, you may have observed that whenever we are going to schedule a new meeting or a new event, we are having this many options to choose. Let's talk about every features one by one. So events, by the time you know that, events we use to schedule a meeting with our calls. If you have some scheduled time, you can go ahead and schedule some meetings for that. You can add meeting title, you can invite your guest, and you can schedule a meeting, right? Okay, so this is about the events tab. What about out of office? Let's see. Let's click on out of office. All right, so you can see here, as soon as we click on out of office, we have this many options to click. Automatically decline new and existing meetings. So guys, what is this? So basically, You can use out of office feature here of Google Calendar to automatically decline the meeting request whenever you are out of office. You can set the duration, the date, start date, end date, start time and end time, and you can enable checkmark here on automatically decline new and existing meetings. So after that, whoever will be sending meeting request to you between this date to this date, between this time to this time, your meeting will be automatically declined, right? And if you want to set some custom messages here, like hey, I'm out of office, I can't accept your meeting request, so declining it, or you can just leave it default. And this is also self-explanatory that declined because I'm out of office. So if you want to leave it as it is, you can just leave it as it is. If you want to set some custom messages here so that people can get it whenever they send a meeting request to you, they will just get this message that okay, this guy has declined the meeting just because of this. So one important thing I would just like to tell you that setting up out of office notification here and setting out of office from your email, both are different. Why? Because whenever you set out of office from your email settings page, that out of office is going to be sent to every individual whoever is going to send an email to you. But if you're going to enable this out of office option here, what is going to happen is whenever people are going to schedule your slot, any meet or any event where they will select you as a participant, then they will get automated message that hey, I cannot accept your meeting because of I'm out of office. Now let's jump to reminders. So guys, as soon as we clicked on reminders, now we have just few limited options to play with. We can choose date, we can choose time, and we can choose here either we want this reminder to be repeated, or we don't want this to be repeated, or we want to set some custom reminder schedules. So if you want to set some custom schedules for this reminder, you can go ahead and always choose as per your convenience. And if you don't want to do that, you can just leave it as it is with default don't repeat. And this is just going to remind you at this date, at this time. Now let's move to tasks. So guys, here on the task page, you can see that we just have options to fill in some description, date, time, and where we want this task to be listed. So automatically this task is going to be listed in your My Task, and you can fill in some description here. I have to visit finance team for salary structure discussion. Alright, and you can choose your date, you can choose your time and set this task. Now let's jump into appointment slots. So here, unlike the task where we don't have anything to set like duration, we can have some duration in the appointment slot. So there could be some cases where you may need to have some appointments with some doctors. So in that case, we can just give a title to this appointment slot. Meet with doctor. You can choose date, start and end date. You can choose time, and then you can choose slot. If you want to go with single slot, you can go ahead and choose single slot. If you want to have slot duration, you can have slot duration and you can define your time, how long you want this appointment to be, and then you can go and save this appointment. If you want to go to more option, let's see what options we have here. Alright, so here you have options to select location. You can either select your doctor's office location, or you can select hospital location if you are meeting with any doctor, and just for this demo purpose. And You can add descriptions here. Let's say something, some descriptions, and you can invite any guest if you want, or and then after you can go ahead save this appointment. Now you have scheduled your appointment, and you can see go to appointment page for this calendar. This was the description, and you are going to meet with your doctor. Okay, and the slot is 60 minutes appointment slot. Now let's see, if you have some email conversation already going on, how can you set uh, an instant meeting, an appointment using your existing email thread. Alright, so let's see that. Let's quickly jump into mailbox page, and here I'll just check, and here I will take any of the, and from here let me compose an email and send it to test.user2 and my admin user account, and I'll say, hey, can we meet? And I'm not sending any meeting invite or any Google Calendar link or anything. I'm just sending this short message that, hey, can we meet? And I'm sending it. No. Alright, so the message has been sent. Now let's quickly jump to test.user2 mailbox. Alright, so here we have the email from test user 1, and he is asking for, hey, can we meet? But there is nothing, no meeting, nothing inside this. So let's say test user 2 realize that, okay, this guy wants to meet, but now what to do? You can just straight away go ahead and click on this three dot, and from here you can create event. Right? So you can just straight away go ahead and click on these three dots, and here you can see a create event option. So as soon as you click on this create event option, a new event will be created automatically with all the subject and descriptions and guest list populated already here. You see how quick and how easy it is. You just need to double ensure the meeting slot, the meeting date and time, and you are done. Everything is set automatically. Test.user1, admin, and test user 2, and test user 2 will act as an organizer now, and you can just click on this save button, and the meeting is scheduled now. The same meeting invite will be sent to test.user1 and the admin account user. Here we have. So here we have the meeting invitation from test user 2. You can just go ahead and accept the meeting either from, say, here by saying yes, or from here as well. Or another option is that you can just go ahead in your calendar and just click on this invitation and click yes, and you are done. So guys, now let's see how can we add and remove video conferencing option from a meeting event, and also we'll see how to record a meeting and how to live stream. So let's create a new event. I will just name it test 3. I'll go to more options, and from here you can see that I have option to add Google Meet video conferencing. So as soon as I will click on this option, you can see that now Meet video conferencing URL is added to this event. If I don't want to have this Meet video conferencing URL in this event, I can just straight away go ahead and click on this cross sign, and this link will be removed. So whenever participants are going to receive this meeting invite, they will not be having video conferencing option to join this meeting. Alright. Now, if you want to live stream using Google Hangout, then what can you do in that case? So friends, for that also, you would need first this Google Meet video conferencing option to be added in your meeting invite, and from there you have to just click on this down arrow, and here you can see add live stream, right? So let's click on it and see what happens. Oh yeah, So here you can see that now we have a URL here for live streaming this meeting as well, right? You can copy this URL and share it with chat or email or any medium you want. But the practical use case, what I feel of live stream is that you can share the live stream URL with the rest of the public, and you can have this Google Meet URL to be shared with just few participants. So for example, let's say there are 2 or 3 folks who are going to host this meeting. So we can just add them in the guest list, and they will have this meeting URL, Google Meet meeting URL with them. They can join this Google Meet meeting URL and they can collaborate in the live meeting. They can chat, they can discuss, but the rest of the public, let's say rest of the folks who are not supposed to be collaborating in real time on the meeting, they can just click on this live stream URL and they can see what is being talked. So this will be kind of people who are joining the meeting with Google Meet. They can communicate 2 ways, and people who are joining this meeting with live stream, they can communicate just. Now here you can see that add guest option is there. So guys, here I'll just add my guest, paste user 2 and my admin account, and I'll just click on suggest time. So guys, this is where you add your participants or guests, and after that the very useful feature of this Google Calendar is you can just click on suggest times, and Google Calendar will suggest time where all the participants can attend the meeting. Isn't it cool? Yeah, of course it is, because you are not supposed to go ahead and cross check the calendars of everyone and validate their availability. This Google Calendar automatically going to read their calendar and going to find out the empty slots, and it will match that okay, this is a slot where all the participants can meet. Okay, so you can select any of this slot suggested by Google Calendar and you can send the meeting invite. Another cool option is that you can use this find time option. So as soon as you click on find time option, you can see that all the calendars of all the participants are appearing here. You can just scroll up and down and see where all the participants are having the empty slots like this, and you can go ahead and select the meeting and save it. Now let's talk about guest permissions. So guys, guest permissions are basically used to give permission to the guest if you want them to modify the event, or if you want them to invite others in the same meeting schedule, or if you want to allow them to see the list of guests. Alright, so if you will enable this check mark, all the guests can have modified permission. They can do whatsoever they want. If you don't want to allow them, you can just uncheck this box. If you'll uncheck this, your guest from this list would not be able to invite others in this meeting schedule, right? So generally we leave it as it is, because sometimes it happens that you may miss out few of the folks and you may forget to add them in the guest list. So what can happen in that case is that if someone else knows that the organizer of this meeting has missed some folks who can contribute in this meeting, let's forward this meeting invite to them as well. So they can forward that meeting invite, and they can invite anyone they want. Now, what is this see guest list? So guys, this is basically if you'll uncheck this, no other participants of this meeting will be able to see the list of guests. And how does it appear? Let's see. So I'm just going to send this meeting invite to all these folks. Send. Alright. And now you can see that this test user 1 has been invited for that meeting. Now I'll just click on it and I'll say, hey, I'm accepting it. Yes. I'm going to do this in calendar. and here we are. So guys, as you can see here, the list of guests is appearing to us, right? Test user 1, test user 2, and the admin account, which is Mila Educations, right? So these are the list of guests that every participant of this meeting can see if that box is enabled. Alright, so here we are in this meeting. I'm just going to edit this and I will just uncheck this box, see the guest list, and I will save this meeting. Alright, now let's go ahead and open this meeting again with test.user 1 or 2. Now you can see here the full guest list has been hidden at the organizer's request. Only you can see yourself, you cannot see anyone else. Now let's see how can we use Google Calendar and Google Meet to record your ongoing meetings. Alright, so let's join this meeting first. Of course, we have to join the meeting and start it before we can start the recording. So let's join the meeting. This is test.user1. Now I'm joining the meeting here. Join now. And I'm going to join this meeting from test.user2 as well. Let's join this meeting. As you can see, test user 1 is already on the call. Let's join. And here we go. So as soon as both of the participants have joined the meeting, you can see both are appearing here in the participants list, right? If you want to have live chat with them, you can have live chat with them. Hi, you. All the participants can see this chat throughout the meeting. Now let's see how can we record. Alright. So guys, to record your any ongoing meeting, you just need to click on these three dots and you can see here a record meeting option. So just let's go ahead and click on record meeting. Accept the agreement and meeting recording is started now. You can see this REC icon throughout the meeting, till the time this recording is going on. If we disable the recording, this icon will go away. So this is how you can record the meeting. Now, if you need to stream the meeting, how can you stream it? You just have this start streaming option and you can just click on this. Start streaming and the streaming is started now. So as we talked about this already, now these two participants, any of them, right? These two participants, any of them can collaborate with each other, can talk to each other, whatsoever they want to present. But the folks, whoever are joining this meeting with the live stream URL, they will just be able to see this one way. And what they will be able to see is that what these two participants are talking about. Alright, so this is how you use recording and streaming. Now I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to stop streaming as well. Alright, so guys, as soon as you stop recording, you don't need to be worried about where the recording file is. You can find your recording file in Google Drive. It will be with the name of Google Meet recording, something like this. So you can just go ahead and browse your Google Drive and you will be able to see your recording there. So one thing you may have observed that I have turned off my camera and I have turned off my microphone. So if you want to turn it on, you can just click on this button to turn your mic on. If you want to turn on your camera, you can just click on this turn your camera on button. And if you want to hang out, you can click on this hang up button and your call will be disconnected. So let's click on it and disconnect the meeting call. And I'll just disconnect this meeting from user 2 as well. And we're done. Now let's talk about the features of Google Calendar events. Alright, so let me edit the existing event, and I'll scroll down a little bit. Here you can see, guys, in the event detail page you have option to add location. So if you want to add some location like 4th floor meeting room, you can do this. And now we are coming to notifications. So how this notifications work? So as you can see, by default there is just one notification which is going to remind you about this meeting just before the 10 minutes of the schedule, right? If you want to have multiple notification like before 10 minutes, before 30 minutes, before 50 minutes, you can go ahead and keep on adding multiple reminders, as many as you need. So this works like that. Now here coming to description field. So guys, if you want to have some description for this meeting, like what's the agenda of this meeting is, you can just list down your agenda of this meeting here. Alright, if you want to attach something to this meeting invite, you can just click on this attach button and you can go ahead and attach anything you wish. You can either attach some document from your recently accessed file location. If you want to attach something from your My Drive, you can just go ahead and do it from My Drive as well. If you want to attach it from the filter shared with me, you can just go ahead and select any of the document or file or folder from here. If you want to attach something from your computer, then you can just go on this upload button and select. So I'm going to upload my weekly timesheet because this is what I'm going to talk about in this meeting. So I'll just click on upload and the weekly timesheet is uploaded and attached to this calendar event. Let's save this meeting and say send. Now this attachment will ask you to give permission, that what permission you want to define for these participants. So you can just leave the permission to view, or if you want to change it to comment or edit, you can go ahead and do that, but I'll just leave it to view only because this is something I don't want anybody to collaborate on that document, because that document is not for collaboration. I'm just attaching that document for for the reference of mine, for my reference, so that I can talk about that document throughout this meeting. So I'll just go ahead and click on invite now, and we are done. So all those participants will be able to view that document, but they will not be able to modify, or they will not be able to comment or anything on those documents. But as a reference, we can always use the document, and participants can also read that, okay, what we're talking about. Friends, there could be some situation where you may need to notify your participants that, hey, I'm being 5 minutes late. Or you can say that, hey, we are going to have this meeting tomorrow, so make sure everyone is ready for that. So how can you do that? Do you need to compose an email for this and send across to all the participants? No, that's not the way. You just need to click on the calendar event that you have scheduled, and here you can see email guest option, right? You just need to click here and you can type your message, hey, let's be ready for the meeting tomorrow, and you can just simply click on send button. Every participants of this meeting will be able to receive the email that you had sent just now using this email guest option. It's so cool and so easy to manage. Now let's see, if you need to kind of schedule this meeting to be reoccurring on some interval, how can you do that? So guys, for that you just need to click on this don't repeat icon, and from there you can just go ahead and choose custom, or if you want to select any predefined schedule which are going to which may help you to set this meeting recurrence, you can do that. Otherwise you can just go ahead and click on custom, and you can decide when you want this meeting to be recurring and at what schedules. So you can select day, you can select month, year, week, anything you need. Yeah, you can play around this, and you can also set when you want this reoccurrence to be end. So after this many recurrence, or on this date, or never. You can choose whatsoever fits well for you and save that. And let's say save and save. Now let's see how can you set multiple time zone in your Google Calendar. Right? So for that guys, you just need to click on this gear icon from your calendar page and then click on settings. As soon as you click on settings, you can see that world clock option is here. You can add as many as world clock time zone you wish to add, and all this will be appearing here in your calendar page. Alright, now let's go back and discuss a little more about this page. Here you can see time zone option is separately mentioned, like you can always display secondary time zone. Alright, so here I have selected two time zone, one is IST and one is something this one. Now guys, we'll talk about how can you set working hours in your Google Calendar. And this is really important to set working hours in Google Calendar, because what happens sometimes is that some of the folks may set meeting with you after your working hours, without you realizing that it's your off hours, right? And it happens generally. So it's really important in that case, you should set your working hours in the Google Calendar. So as soon as someone is going to set any meeting calendar, as soon as anyone is going to block your calendar after your working hours, they will be notified about that, hey, you are setting up this meeting out of the working hours of this participant. Alright, so let's see how it is done. So on this setting page, just need to scroll down a bit, and here we go. Here you can see that I have set my working hours from Monday to Friday, starting from 8:30 am to 5:30 p.m. Right? If you want to change it, you can change it from here. And for that, you just need to make sure that you have enabled check mark here on enable working hours option. And for that, you just need to make sure that you have enabled check mark on enable working hours option. As soon as you will enable check mark here, you will be having options to choose your working hours and working days. Whatsoever you need, you can just select, and you can choose your time and days. You don't need to save it, because it's as soon as you change the settings, it keeps on setting automatically like this. Let's see, I'm deselecting it and setting saved. Alright, great. So friends, hope this was informative for you and you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Please write down in the comment box if you have any questions, suggestion or new content request. And please don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video to help us and help others. See you again in the next video. Till the time, happy learning.